Hello and welcome to Raj Sabha TV. We're watching discussion today with the host Rajat Kane. Now, starting our day, we'll take up the issue of massive pollution spike and the ban on firecrackers. All this amid India continues to fight against COVID-19 pandemic. India, especially the North Indian states, are reeling under acute air pollution. The air pollution is so severe that it could damage the inner lining of lungs, which can further increase the severity of COVID-19 infection. Now, there are studies indicating that 17% of India's 1.26 lakh COVID-19 related deaths could be linked to exposure to air pollution, while the global average for this particular statistic happens to be a whopping 15%. So the major source of air pollution in Delhi and adjoining National Capital Region that we often refer to as the NCR are vehicular pollution, construction activity. They are also major source of causing air pollution, dry dust on the roads, burning of agricultural or crop residue that we keep hearing on everyday basis during this particular part of the year, and the industrial powerhouse emission. And the bursting of crackers is also seen as a major source of air pollution if we combine the entire quantum of air quality. The AQI, which has been going down persistently, has been infiltrated, or to say, the AQI has been affected by these sources of pollution. Now, to contain this, the National Green Tribunal has completely banned the use of firecrackers. The order came in the earlier week of November, and the crackers are banned till November 30th. Now, prior to that, the NGT had issued notice to 18 states and union territories on why the crackers or the use of crackers should not be banned. So how far the ban on firecrackers help in India's fight against COVID-19 pandemic? To discuss more on this issue, we're joined with two very important guests. Dr. Suryakant, he is Head of Respiratory Medicine in KGMU Lucknow, and Dr. Sanjeev Agrawal, former Additional Director of CPCB, that is Center Pollution Control Board. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Let me start with you, Dr. Suryakant. How severe is this current air quality, not just in Delhi, but across North India, and how far it will impact the broader fight against COVID-19 pandemic?
Actually, if I'm just taking the recent report, that is the State of Global Air 2020, that says that around 6 cities of India, out of the top 10 most polluted cities in the world, they are inside our country.
Right.
And the next important thing is regarding the pollution-related mortalities. That data shows from this report that in 2019, total around 66 lakhs people died globally due to ill effect of the air pollution, and out of which these 66 lakh, 16 lakhs are from India. So these are the alarming facts and figures coming from this recent report that is called State of Global Air 2020 report. And if I'm just summarizing, if I just elaborate, then probably it will take hours together.
Right.
But in summary, the air pollution affects each and every organ of body, but mostly as we breathe from the atmosphere, so mostly it affects the lungs. And I'm the lung specialist, fortunately or unfortunately. But other organs, including the central nervous system in terms of headache, in terms of in long-term effect, brain tumors, in heart attack, increase in blood pressure, stroke, and if you see the liver diseases, kidney diseases, diabetes, risk of diabetes, and risk of graying of hairs, and so many psychiatric illness, insomnia, depression, anxiety, frustration, and even it is affecting the intrauterine life. Okay. So a fetus inside a pregnant lady, that is also worstly affected by the ill effects of the air pollution. And it is said that even intrauterine death can occur due to this effect of air pollution. The low birth weight baby can occur due to this ill effect of air pollution. And intrauterine growth retardation can occur. Not only this, just after the delivery, the child, the neonate is very much vulnerable for so many communicable, allergic and non-communicable diseases. And also, if you see less than 5-year mortality in children for pneumonia, then of course the 45% cases are responsible for the or attributable to the air pollution. So I think air pollution has affected the 360 degree of our life, all aspects of health. And to add on, there are two important things to air pollution. One is already running COVID, and we are seeing the second wave in Delhi. You already noticed in Delhi, and we cannot say that due to the festive season we can have upsurge of cases in other states also.
That's true.
We can
That's
have
true.
second wave in other states also.
Yes.
And the third, of course, impact is the impact of upcoming festival, that is Diwali.
Right.
So
right.
it is the Diwali is symbolic. It is not that the firecrackers, they are used only because of Diwali. No. Firecrackers has become symbolic for any festival of any religion, of any part of the country.
Right. It's a
You see,
quantum of
every
the firecrackers being
in their
used.
festivals, they are using crackers. Even during the first
Right.
the 1st January celebration, that is New Year celebration, a lot of crackers are being used. In Diwali, we are using crackers only in India, certain parts of the country. But during the New Year celebration, the whole world is using crackers. Whole world is busting crackers. So crackers has become a big nuisance, and I'm deadly against crackers.
Let me come to you, Dr. Agrawal. Now, CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. Now, here is a question, like, we have been grappling with the issue of air pollution for last many years, for at least a better part of last decade had been about the air pollution, especially in Delhi and the NCR. Where do you think have been lapses, or for that matter, where do you think have been work that has been required to be done little more of wanting, so that the NGT has to come up with the order of complete cracker ban till November 30th? Sir.
Yeah. In fact, I would like to mention that not only these days, but Central Pollution Control Board and Government of India as well as state governments are making a lot of efforts to control the pollution from various sources.
Right.
I will come to the later this firecrackers matter, but I would like to mention that whatever that control we require to do at the source. And there are a variety of sources, because maybe the construction activities, maybe the burning of agricultural waste, and maybe the waste burning from landfill sites. Also, the traffic is also one of the cause, and also industrial pollution and thermal power plants and other. These are the sources, main sources. What I would like to mention that altogether, all these sources are making a huge pollution. So my suggestion or submission is that we must control source, all these sources we must control at source, because at a time, suppose if we are doing in a partly, suppose if I am controlling only at vehicular source, then I cannot control the air pollution completely. So at a time we are what central government has done in the past, I will tell you, since last 10-15 years, we are fighting a lot. We are issuing directions to the various state agencies, especially in NCR. We have given the directions to Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, and Haryana. All these states have been given directions to control pollution at the source. And we have specified that sources. These are the sources like construction activities, vehicular pollution, industrial pollution, agriculture burning, biomass burning, and control of pollution at waste landfill sites. So all these we need to control at source. This is my submission to you.
Sir, before I go off to other question, now let me just ask you once again here. Now we have seen that these are the sources, and which is primarily the cause and effect of the rapid urbanization. Now, as we grow further, the city space will of course expand. We'll have more construction activities. We'll have more apartments to be built. Possibly we'll have more vehicular traffic. So where does the challenge lies, and how do we confront the situation with the current levels? We're actually grappling with
sorry.
a huge, sir.
Actually, we need to control very strongly. We need to control PM 2.5. It is one of the particle, maybe 0.1 size or 2.5. It is aerodynamic size of PM 2.5, which is really harmful, including some gases which are releasing through various activities. So PM 2.5 we can control at industrial source. We can control from biomass burning. So biomass burning, basically it is a organic matter which is being burned, and due to the burning of organic matter, lot of toxic materials are coming out, toxic gases, toxic particles, which absorb together, and finally it is going to, when we take the when we breathe, it will go inside our alveoli. So that will create the problem. So basically we must control first. We must see that biomass burning, agriculture burning, including agriculture burning, and secondly that the toxics comes from firecrackers. Suppose if we allow them to give a fire on the fire to allow the use the firecrackers. Basically, firecrackers are releasing huge amount of toxic gases, and not only toxic gases, but they are giving the noise problem. Instead of noise, apart from noise problem, they are also giving the particulate matter. So fine particulate matter and smoke is coming out from while we burning the fires. So that is the biggest problem in the country, especially in NCR. What I say that we have issued directions, almost 40 directions, 42 directions, 20-point program, 40-point programs. Time to time we have issued the directions, and we are asking the State Pollution Control Board to control at the source. When we are not controlling at the source, then it will be the biggest challenge or biggest problem for all the people, those who are living in the area.
Right. Stay on, Dr. Agrawal. Let me go to Dr. Suryakant. Sir, I'll ask the same question to you, possibly more in the medical parlances, if you could explain us, like what are we seeing in future as we grow further in states? We'll have more cities spaces to come up. If currently the urbanization in a particular state is lesser, in days to come we'll have more urbanization, more urban spaces will come up. We'll have more maybe construction units, more factories, more vehicular pollution. So in that scenario, I mean, and we know for sure that N95 mask, or for that matter, any short-term measures that we're taking is not sufficient. So what is that the medical fraternity proposes, that how do we address such a big catastrophic issue?
I think the Rajya Sabha TB has raised the really very pertinent and very important issue, of course, on the eve of Diwali. I would say that it is not only challenge to the medical fraternity, it is really challenge to our community as well. If you see, the rate of urbanization is very fast. And we expect around 70% of the, of course, India's population as well as the global population will be living in the cities, urbans. And of course, we expect that more and construction will happen. We expect that more and more industry will come. More and more chemical fumes, dust, they are bound to come. So I think we have to take all measures. We have to follow the National Green Tribunal instruction. We have to follow the Central Pollution Board measures. We have to follow the state body, that is the State Pollution Control Board measures. We have to follow the norms. All engineers, all the construction workers, all construction engineers, they have to follow the rule of National Building Code. I think if you go in periphery and everybody is doing construction, if you ask them, do you know, are you aware of what are the national building, what are the laws and bylaws of the National Building Code? Nobody is aware. And in last 50 years, we have cut 50% forest in our country. My dear friend, 50%. So I think this time has come, and really we have to accept the challenge of air pollution, and we have to work together. On the government, on the legal part, on the instruction part, on the law part. The government is, of course, will come with the new rules and frameworks. But as a citizen of this country, as the community of this country, we must be aware that at the end of the day, we should think of whether am I responsible for the increasing air pollution? Suppose am I a smoker? So do you know that when you smoke, only 30% smoke goes inside your lungs? 70% pollutes the air. So if I smoke 10 cigarettes a day, so I'm responsible for the 70% of smoker which I smoked in the atmosphere in which we are living. So this is my prime duty that at the end of, whenever you go to the bed, this is my be folded hand request that whenever you go to the bed every day, you just analyze yourself. The story starts from yourself, ourselves, that whether am I responsible for the air pollution or not. If I'm an engineer, if I'm involved in construction worker, so the question to be asked to me, to myself, that whether I'm really following the rules and abiding the rules of National Building Code, I'm following the rules of State Pollution Control Board, National Central Pollution Control Board, or National Green Tribunal. If I'm a suppose industrialist, then I have to follow that whether my industry is, of course, other than my production of the industry, whether I'm responsible for increasing air pollution or any kind of pollution, water pollution or any pollution. Similarly, if I'm a farmer, then of course, other than production of so many vegetables, so many crops, I have to ask the question to my heart at the end of the day that am I burning the parali? Am I burning the waste of my crop? So I should not do. And of course, I'm also requesting to the public representatives, to the media people. We are already doing a wonderful job while creating this awareness that yes, the farmers should be given some kind of incentive for this waste of the crop. For example, they can be given the, of course, seeds. For example, they can be given the manures. They can be given some kind or cash incentive. Government should buy or representatives should buy these waste of the crops. And of course, in exchange of that, the farmers should be given some kind of incentive. So such kind of challenges we have to accept. Until 138 crore people of this country, they are not contributing in prevention of air pollution, we will not be able to control air pollution.
Dr. Suryakant, just let me ask you one more question here, considering we are emphasizing on the issue of ban on firecrackers. Now, we have the NGT order, which has completely banned firecrackers till November 30th. Now, firecrackers issue was also predominant in last many years, and there has been NGT orders, and the state government has also restricted use of firecrackers from time to time. In the given COVID-19 pandemic, how do you see the perils of firecrackers vis-a-vis respiratory issues?
Yeah. So you are talking very pertinent question because I'm a lung specialist, and particularly we chest physician facing a lot of problems these days. After Diwali, you will see a lot of cases, at least 20-25% cases increase in the respiratory problems. So you see, I can foresee the lethal combination of air pollution and of course the crackers. If you see that every Diwali, if you do survey before Diwali and after Diwali, then of course air pollution rises. And crackers, they are in India, not only in India, it's an international phenomenon that they are considered as that the busting of the crackers is supposed to be the expression of joy, happiness, celebration, jubilations. Now, what we are doing celebration at the cost of our health. Are we doing this celebration at the cost of our happiness? Are we doing our celebration and joy and happiness and of course jubilations at the cost of our atmosphere? We should not do it. Celebration and jubilations are meant for the happiness, and this happiness should be sustained. This happiness should be maintained. This happiness should be propagated to everybody. Now, why this? Of course, just joyous movement for an hour, for 2 hours, for a day, we are basically destroying our environment. So we have to think that the firecrackers should not be used as a method of expression of our joy, happiness, and celebration, jubilation. Now the time has come that world should think of. It is not only Diwali, it is Bara Wafat, it is Diwali, Karwa Chauth, it is Chhat Puja, it is everything, it is 25th December, Bada Din, Christmas, everything. New Year celebration, every celebration is full of the busting of crackers. So the Diwali has become symbolic because Diwali is more of time now. It is not Deepavali, it is Patakavali. So it is Deepavali when the Lord Rama they returned back to the Ayodhya, and of course he was welcomed with the Deepak, not with Pataka. So this is my again request that please remain at Deepavali, don't convert into the Patakavali.
Sure.
And
So-
similarly, our joy, celebration,
Right.
jubilation, they should be expressed. Of course, you have full right to enjoy your celebrations, but this celebration they should not include these crackers, which has got so many, as Dr. Agarwal mentioned, so many poisonous things,
Yes.
heavy metals, gases, and a lot of burn cases are being reported on the eve of Diwali and after of the Diwali, because these crackers, the people they got burned, significant burn. So many people died because of severe burn. So I think the time has come that everybody should enjoy to fight against these crackers. And I really welcome the move of the NGT that they have already banned. They should not only ban in 18 states. Why only 18? Why should wait for the air quality index from moderate to severe to very severe? They should be banned throughout the country, throughout the world.
Right. Dr. Agrawal, let me just continue on this point of firecrackers here. So now there was restriction and the ban on firecrackers last year as well, earlier as well. There have been questions on the firecrackers. This thing actually became a huge legal issue when it came to Supreme Court. Directions came from Supreme Court as well. So are we looking ahead in future as a world, or to say city space, where firecrackers are completely banned? I mean, is it primarily that we are facing an acute COVID-19 pandemic, which of course attacks the respiratory tract first. So only because of that we're taking this step, or are we seeing firecrackers becoming ban on firecrackers, becoming a larger policy measure so as to have a further improvement on the air pollution?
Yeah. Actually, we wanted we have actually done a lot of work during this last 15 years. And also it was a case in the Honorable Supreme Court of India.
Right.
And that later on, a lot of cases has come in NGT. But we are not waiting for the court's order. We were involved since very beginning to stop all these kinds of activities because we wanted to have a discussion with the manufacturers' side. We wanted to stop them. We wanted that they should use the green crackers. They should use less chemicals so that less pollution can come out. I would like to share one thing that you see during that not only the cracker season, but during the Corona period, what we found that the activities have stopped of many people. I found myself 50% reduction in the pollution because lot of PM 2.5, PM 10 and gaseous matter has come down very shortly, very sharply. And ultimately what happened that what we found that because of activities, reduction of pollution. So basically we have to change our lifestyle. We have to change our lifestyle and do accordingly, because one thing I would like to mention, 150 years ago in the ashram of Mahatma Gandhi, you will find that this kind of adaptation technology, they are using very sharply. They are using that kind of collection of waste themselves. They are doing everything themselves. So these things are very, very important because we have to change our lifestyle. We have to go further for adaptation technology, because I found that during the Corona period, whatever that pollution reduction was there due to the reduction basically due to the low activities. Most of the activities are at home and nothing, no outside activities except few illegal industrial activities. Now that agriculture burning is very high on peak period, and I think we must go to the farmers and give them, teach them, saying that not to burn it and what is the harm, this kind of harm is there with the human being. So this is my submission to you.
Sir, Dr. Agrawal, before we wrap up the program, let me ask you one very pertinent question here. Of course, there is a requirement of ban on firecrackers, and as you said, that there has been reduction in the pollution PM 2.5 levels when there was a complete lockdown. Now that is a very it's extraordinary circumstances that we had to go for the lockdown, but that we cannot expect in regularity. Now here, how do we balance the concerns of the livelihood? Because Firecrackers, fortunately or unfortunately, is a big industry. There are people associated with it. I'm sure there are manufacturers, they have their concern. They have been very vocal about their business concern in the legal fight as well. So what could be the way out for this? Because clearly, I mean, there has to be a long-term policy on the use, restriction or ban of firecrackers. What do you say?
Yeah, you're right. Because there are so many policies issues are there. Since very beginning, starting from 2000, you can have a look on that the past policies what we have. One thing that just for example, you can see that Bharat Stage 4 to 6 directly we have launched. Then later on we have given the policy also. Agriculture policy is there. Agriculture policy we have circulated to all state pollution control boards and state governments that how to go for use this agriculture policy. So under this agriculture policy also we have we did a lot of things to control the pollution from these kinds of sources. But and so many other policies still we need like construction policy, construction and demolition waste. There was no rules, so we have created the rules and we launched it in 2015-16. Not only this, in 2014-15 we have launched a lot of policy also and also the action. So what we require the quick action presently, because the stage has come now that severe conditions may harm to the human being. So policy definitely requires, and some of the policies we have already created and we have started, but still we need some more policy like firecrackers. So there must be a policy on firecrackers. So what policy you are doing? Basically, this is a festival program. So why not to just light the candles instead of doing the firing of busting of crackers? We can do something like that. So these things are very important. And most importantly, we have to change our lifestyle. So when we change our lifestyle, definitely you can achieve the pollution control at the source.
Right. Thanks, Dr. Agrawal. Dr. Suryakant, before we leave, I would like to have a last word on you. Now, states, government agencies, institutions can bring in law, enforce the law, but it's the general public who have to follow it and make sure that these laws are followed. What do you say? How much onus is on us and the general public to make sure that our air, the simple most thing and the most common thing that we breathe, is clean?
Yes, I think the of course the public is to be aware. Yes, we are doing a lot of awareness, and I would briefly say certain things to the public. If you really want to get rid of this air pollution, then there are certain do's and certain don'ts. So there are certain no's. Number one no, that there should be no to crackers, no to smoking, no burning of parali, no to, of course, the deforestation, no to biomass fuel used for cooking, and no to, rather less to, private vehicles use. And certain yes, I want that the certain yes should be that yes, you do afforestation, you follow the, you use the clean fuel, you use the public transport more and more, use the CNG and electrical transports. So, and every occasion, so if you have birthday in your house, if you have some celebration, some festivation, some jubilation, please plant at least 5 to 10 plants. For example, you are celebrating 10th birthday of your beloved son or girl. So please ask him or ask her to plant 10 plants so that he or she can remember, and he can be trained from beginning that yes, plantation is a very good practice and this should be done on each birthday. Similarly, if you are celebrating your 25th marriage anniversary, please plant 25 plants. So such kind of lifestyle modification, such kind of adoption from the public is requested with folded hands. Thank you very much for this.
Thanks very much, Dr. Suryakant. Thank you very much, Dr. Sanjeev Agrawal from CPCB. Thanks both of you for joining us and shedding light on this very important issue of firecrackers and the air pollution. So clearly, orders is on public to make sure that we keep our air clean. Thanks for watching discussion today. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV for more national and international stories. Thank you.